Hello, Robs. We're back with new book arrivals. Most of these came from a thrift store trip, quick one yesterday, if you can believe it. But they had baskets full of stuff. So I imbibed. Funnily, ironically enough, they had a book reading journal. I think the Illuma Crate Reading Challenge. And basically a book journal, which I won't use, but I might actually sell this. But it's funny because one of the channels I follow, I think her name's Clarice. She's the Clarice Lispector devotee. Emily's her name. Emily Clarice something. What do you think I am, a stalker? Anyway, she just mentioned that she was doing one. So it's funny that I found that. Original intent, the courts, the Constitution, and religion. The use of insinuations and innuendos. A lot of people think that certain things are constitutional and rights, like abortion, Medicare, what else? Affirmative action. None of this shit's constitutional. They make it up. They don't pass constitutional laws. In fact, I don't even believe that the income tax was constitutionally passed. I don't think they reached the limit and they just went ahead with it because, they're robber barons. And then the whole thing about religion, that anytime you mention religion in a public setting is against the Constitution. It's not. These guys were religious zealots who founded the Constitution. And so long as you did not bring about a state-sanctioned religion, you could freely talk of, participate, and practice religion as a public official and in public settings. The Ghost Map, the story of London's most terrifying epidemic and how it changed science, cities, and the modern world. This book's not in very good shape, but interesting enough. All smell is disease. And I've thought long about the term miasma. For obviously, they used to think that there was a miasma that would shroud a person and make them sick. I don't think it's too far from the truth. I know there's obviously more scientific things to it, but it is sort of a miasma when someone sneezes or coughs on you and it forms a miasma. Obviously not a thing in itself, but a result of something. Father Solanus, the story of Solanus Casey. He was a Capuchin monk who ended up here in Detroit, and I must say, even though I have 3 or 4 books on this guy, I don't know anything about him. 30-year-old Anna Shroud. She was taken from her Detroit home to the hospital for surgery. 1 month after an operation for gallstones, doctors told her she had a fatal liver condition. Her sister phoned Father Solanus, and he promised to pray for Anna. Less than a month afterward, Anna's sister told Father Solanus that Anna was already home and recovering. Apparently, he performed miracles of sorts. Mitakuye Oyasin, We Are All Related, America Before Columbus, based on the oral history of 33 tribes, which sounds interesting in itself. Red Road for Educational Synergy. Red Road, Black Road, Red Rob. It's signed. I think it is signed, buddy. Hell yeah. They're all related. I don't know if it's worth anything. And another book that I got that was signed was Jack Van Impe's Millennium, Beginning or End, Unraveling the Mystery of Christ's 1,000-Year Reign on Earth. To Suzanne, Jack Van Impe. I don't know what that says. Some kind of Bible verse. 4:16-18. Great harvest of souls. So I've stated before, I'm not religious in the least, but I used to watch Jack Van Impe whenever I saw him on the television back when I had a television. He has several spoken word and music records, which I also own. The guy's a genius. Well, he's dead now, but he was a genius. He used to recite long passages of the Bible by memory. He was, what was he called? The encyclopedia or something like that. Abraham Lincoln, a biography by Ronald C. White. Obviously, you know Lincoln. There's a note from a doctor to whoever that person is. A. Lincoln. Ugly son of a bitch. 2009. Obviously, there's not much to look at in there besides Lincoln. And everyone knows who Lincoln is and basically what happened to him. And The Complete Guide to Astrology, Understanding Yourself, Your Signs, and Your Birth Chart, Louise Eddington. These books have been slowly trickling into that thrift store which I go to. I don't know if they have a big bin in the back and they just bring out new things every day or what, but these are slowly trickling in. All the astrological, tarot, that sort of thing. I picked up quite a few in the last few weeks. And I would continue to pick them up, and apparently, according to my Libib, I don't have any of them, any of the ones that I picked up. Don't think I've ever read an astrology book. Hunter, Shonen Jump. The world's most popular manga. I don't read manga. I don't like it. My kid loves it, but there's some playing cards. It's brilliant. Oh, it went through his face. His head. What the fuck? That's a tough shuffle there, buddy. This is going to get very burdensome. Jess Stern, The Search for a Soul. I do believe I have this book in maybe even a hardcover form, but since I don't have my hardcover non-ISBN books in a database, I don't know. 72 and 73. Inspiration or incarnation. Hey, look, a weasel. Chewed on it. Anyway, it can't hurt to have another one if I do have it. The Search for a Soul. Jess Stern's the one that wrote that. What was the book? The Girl with the Blue Eyes or something like that about reincarnation. Tarot. Connect with yourself. Develop your intuition. Live mindfully. Tina Gong. I also picked up, besides this, a tarot deck for 50 cents. It's obviously a reprint. 2005 Rider Tarot, which I may already have, but when it's 50 cents, what are you going to do? Just say no to it? I grabbed it. Raymond Chandler. Raymond, The Big Sleep. Don't know how much this is worth. Probably a few bucks. you're buying for 50 cents. 1966. Executress of the Estate of Raymond Chandler. It was about 11 o'clock in the morning, mid-October, with the sun not shining and a look of hard, wet rain in the clearness of the foothills. I was wearing my powder blue suit. The big sleep. Sacred Path Cards, the discovery of self through native teachings. You can see there's a deck of cards and the book which describes it. Regularly sells for $36. I got it for 50 cents. Extraordinary tool for self-discovery. Draws on the strength and beauty of Native American spiritual tradition. Developed by Native American medicine teacher Jamie Sams. This unique system details the essential wisdom of the sacred teachings of many so-and-so. New Orleans Vampires, History and Legend, Marita Woywad Crandall. I do have a small section on not Louisiana, but New Orleans. I think it's in my other room over here. And I may actually already have this one, but I grabbed it anyway. Hey, there she is, Anne Rice. Brought you Chiefs. There's Vlad. Vlad Terpes. History legend. More like butter churning bullshit, but I still get it. Bookends, a memoir of love, loss, and literature by Zibby Owens, host of the award-winning podcast Moms Don't Have Time to Read Books. Insightful, helpful, authentic, and unifying, I bet. Oh, look, she signed it too, motherfucker. Well, there you go. Maybe a record, 3 signed books. Zibby Owens, what year, 2022? Keep writing and reading. Zibby Owens has become a well-known personality in the publishing world. Her infectious energy, tasteful authenticity, and smart, steadfast support of authors started in childhood, a precedent set by the profound effect books and libraries had on her and her own family. Right. There's the best of the bunch. Too Many. A Halloween Tale, story and pictures by Nora S. Unwin. I actually worked with a woman named Unwin. Look at that. The covers. I mean, this book's almost pristine. I think it's from 72. I would not use this as a copy to read on the channel. It's too great of condition. Look at this thing. 1972 first printing. This one may actually be worth some money. When I saw it, I was like, what is this? I guess I could read like this. Just have to turn it awkwardly. Yeah, this is great colors, everything. Love it. I love it. Don't usually buy kids' books, but when they're vintage like this, I felt obligated to get it. The Alligator's Toothache, written and illustrated by Marguerite Dorian. I think I have a toothache, said Allie, the alligator, one morning when he wakened in his zoo home. I didn't sleep at all last night. 1969, another book that's in great condition, though I don't feel like it's worth that much. Maybe $4 or $5. This one I got just because it's a cat book. Columbus the Bear and Thomasus. How do you say that? Thomasas? The cat. Look at Thomasas. Thomasas. Hey, little Thomasas. Here's this book, The Sawfield. There was an old copy of the Pokey Little Puppy, but which seemed to be like a 1955 copy, but I left it behind. It's probably worth $10,000. I don't think so, but you never know. Well, I'd like to see the title or the page which says which year this is, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get it. Maybe that's it. Thomas Sauce. 15 Saint. Nice coloring. Well, there that goes. Bring it back to reality. Waco, a survivor's story. David Thibodeau with Leon Whiteson and Aviva Layton. I know people hate David Koresh and think he was molesting kids, which nobody seemingly proved or disproved. They just burned him and the children alive. I mean, the best way to interview a child about sexual abuse is to burn them alive and gas them. So a lot of people were in favor of it because they love government overreach until it involves them. I mean, Bill Clinton should be impeached and put in prison for what happened in Waco. And Ruby Ridge. Coming to the mountain, the man and the music. I remember people cheering when they knocked down this supposed compound. And the main thrust of why it was absolute overreach. Not to mention that they had probably 1,000 federal agents, which, I mean, why do you even need 1,000 federal agents unless you're a gulag state? But they descended upon the place, and then the sheriff, I don't remember his name, some kind of scholar on it, but he offered to go there and talk to Koresh and bring him in to talk, and I think Koresh had even agreed to that, but then they just decided they're going to raid the place. That was a time, though, when there was a lot of militias starting up and that kind of stuff, and of course the government doesn't like that. Sam the Firehouse Cat, a little golden book. Someone does the barcode. What year is it? It will say inside, I suppose. Golden Press, Virginia Parsons. 1968. Just down the street in the firehouse lives a very fine cat. His name is Sam. Three more American chillers. Well, one's a Michigan chiller. I believe they were all signed. Maybe only one or two was signed, but this one's not signed. One of them I have. Not that I'm collecting them, but I'm collecting them to sell them. Chill out, Daniel. That's definitely Jonathan Rand's signature. I think maybe this one. This is probably the one that I already have too. Yes, chill out, Daniel. Very imaginative by Jonathan Rand. The Virgin's Promise, writing stories of feminine creative, spiritual, and sexual awakening. Seems like an absolute dullard topic, but a wrong must be set right. The call to adventure may be a wrong, which must. I don't want to hear this. Cinderella needs to stop endlessly serving others and realize she will not secure love through servitude. What is this even about? Is it about writing that or commenting on it? Performing arts, film, and video, screenwriting, The Virgin's Promise demystifies the complexities of archetypes and clearly outlines the steps of a virgin's journey to realize her dream. The Virgin's Promise describes structural beats that feel incredibly familiar but have not been illustrated in any other screenwriting book. Explores the yin and yang of the Virgin as a hero as they journey to embrace their power as individuals, and includes a practical guide to putting this new theory into action. She's from Vancouver. Let that speak for itself. S.E. Smith, Book 2, Dust, A New World Order. I don't know if it's worth anything. I was too lazy at that point to even look anything up. Had a busy night ahead of me, and I don't know if it's worth anything. I just grabbed it. I figured it was. Looked like it was worth something. 50 cents, you can't go wrong. Daphne du Marais, Rule Britannia. I have at least 2 or 3 copies of this now. Hey, look, this was selling for 50 cents wherever they sold it before, the thrift store. Emma, who lives in Cornwall with her grandmother, a famous retired actress, wakes one morning to find that the world has apparently gone mad. No post, no telephone, no radio, a warship in the bay, and American soldiers advancing across the field towards the house. The time is a few years in the future. England has withdrawn from the common market, and on the brink of bankruptcy, has decided that salvation lies in a union, politically, military, and economic, with the United States. Theoretically, it is to be an equal partnership, but to some people it soon begins to look like a takeover bid. Well, don't worry, they've already sold out your sovereignty over there in Britain. They're very close here in America. But we'll fight them with words and books. No, you won't. They'll laser you from 1,000 miles away, and you'll say nothing. Yeah, there goes those. The Ultimate Dictionary of Dream Language, Brissida Ryan. Obviously, just a dictionary of dream terms. I have way too many of these already. But I keep buying them. At least I keep it to the 50-cent ones. And the last of yesterday's haul, Handbook of United States Coins with premium list. And the main reason why I got this, I usually don't buy these anymore because they're not worth very much, even though I do collect coins, but I don't look in one of these books from 1974 to determine the value for obvious reasons. But I got it for, what the fuck happened? Fall out? No, there we go. I can't get it. That's the reason why I got it. For the old Hudson's Bookshop label. What year is this? 51. So this label seemingly stayed with the Hudson company for many years. I think this is the earliest one. And then it switched at some point to a block letter where it would just fill the entire thing. I know I have it in a couple of my Dickens books right over here. I can illustrate. I don't know. I believe this is from the same time period, though, so it's probably the same one. Yes, it is. And I have a whole shelf of these, which I'd like to do a video on, but no one will care about it. Not that I really care about it, but that's my intent with that book. And then these 2 books coming up are thriftbook.com freebies from purchases. I can't remember why I got a second freebie here. They gave me some freebie for something, so I'm just like, I think I got an upgrade to $6 freebies instead of the $5 freebie. So I picked up this book that I used to own, Secrets of the Tomb, Skull and Bones, The Ivy League, and the Hidden Paths of Power by ultra-progressive liberal Alexandra Robbins. I mean, I don't think she points out the boys club, but then she wants to be part of the progressive boys club, which is more or less a fascist front, but she doesn't see it that way. She thinks these are the fascist hiding in tombs, which isn't far from the truth, but when you're in a cult, you think the other cult members are worse cult members. Another copy of The Little Friend by Donna Tartt, as you can see. Still haven't shelved that one because there's no place for him. Actually, there is. I moved place over there. Right to the left. Scratch and snip. There's all my Donna Tartt books, which I'm stocking up on for the Armageddon. I think I now have 3 of these first editions of The Little Friend, which this one was supposedly very good condition. And as soon as I saw that spot of what looks like coffee, there's Donna herself staring at me with fear. And there's also an inscription at the front, which to me knocks it down from very good to good. And then there's this, whatever that is. And then there's this, whatever this is. What an awful board that is. Look at that, just nothing. Maybe that's what she wanted. Cock spine and the bumped corners from sending that in a polyurethane or whatever that fucking thing's called. A Tyvek bag, which is fucking unconscionable. I mean, I sell books and I would never sell a hardcover and send it in a fucking flimsy bag. But that's thrift books for you. That's why they can ship so cheaply. Or you could just charge an actual price and use cardboard. We can't afford all the cardboard. That'll raise our prices. We'll go to a damn place and pick up some cardboard boxes. You can come to my work and pick up hundreds of boxes that we discard every day into a recycling bin, which is where I get my cardboard from to ship my books. And so you have to cut the cardboard. Yeah, it's not a nice little pretty box. You got to cut it and then form fit it. It's not that difficult either. But that's that. And that's all these books. I think it's new book arrivals 213, possibly, maybe 14. All right, bros. Goodbye.